Well, hello, everybody. Saturday night, late Saturday night on the East Coast of the United States of America, 11:19 a.m. as my camera fluctuates. Yes, it's Chat with Al 2 weeks in a row. Last week was a public service announcement for your, turn your clocks back. But this week, just for fun, we had one fun football game a few hours ago. Or just ending, not really a few hours ago. We started a few hours ago with our beloved 1988 New England Patriots. What if Doug Flutie played the whole year? Replay, divisional playoff game. If you want, check it out. And at the end, we also simulated the other divisional playoff games to see who is going to the AFC and NFC championships. Obviously, we played as the Patriots, but I won't spoil it. I think we will show the NFC championship game. We'll just call it, but we will show it. And that's going to be one heck of a matchup, I believe. The Patriots game, the divisional playoff game with the Chargers is up and online. First thing we'd like to lead off with, we'd like to say hello to Jim L. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us on this Chat with Alan Saturday. Richie L. 1991, we got to have him on a chat soon. We just couldn't connect up when I think he had some time a month or so ago. Just life gets in the way of stuff, and that's okay. So check out Richie L. 1991's channel. Lots of fun stuff on there. We have a few questions we're going to ask and go through. What are some of your favorite gaming moments, whether sports sim or video game or anything, something that you always have remembered? That's one of the things. What are some of your favorite teams to play and why? What are your favorite seasons? I enjoy 1967. I seem to play that season a lot, play a lot of the 1967 Red Sox. And it's just one of the seasons I really enjoy. Roger Ward, how you doing, my friend? Good evening, Al. I hope you're doing well. Got a baseball game for you to check on. That is on Kickstarter. Okay. Now, with that mentioned, if you like replay baseball on the PC, I think the sale is even on the tabletop. We'll take a look on it. But PC Replay Baseball has a sale on the 1950 decade, the seasons. And I think every basketball season, I'll show you that. I put a link in the chat. And we're going to share a screen. Let's do that. Just show you it. So there we go. And you can see this is the baseball. This is the PC. Not the tabletop. We'll check that out in a moment. But there is a sale. And they never really announce their sales. I always go on their site once in a while. And you can see the 1950s, 1959, I think it would regularly be almost $27. And now it's $21, $22. You get $5 off. The two new seasons, though, you only get $2 off, 53 and 52. Those are new seasons, but it is a sale. And if you're looking to pick up some seasons in the 1950 decade for PC Replay Baseball, why not save $5? Those are the only items on sale for baseball. I do believe when I checked on Friday, all the basketball seasons, were on sale. Yeah. So every season for basketball is on sale. Again, the brand new seasons, I think are only $2 off. And it looks like this, yes, only $2 off the brand new season. And this runs until November 15th, it looks like. So that's a pretty good sale if you like the basketball or baseball for replay games. Let's check out if the tabletop is on sale. Let's go to the 50s here and see if the tabletop is on sale. I do enjoy PC Replay Baseball. It's a lot of fun. and the setup, with all the, how can I say, all the accoutrements with the photos and the ballparks. You click on the button, it sets it up for you. It's beautiful. Player photos. Let's get to 1950. Yeah, it's so the 50s decade is on sale, tabletop or PC. And again, for card and dice print versions, obviously it's going to cost more. So it's a $6 savings. So you're only paying approximately $48, $47.95. Let's quickly check out basketball. I would assume the tabletop basketball would also be on sale. $6 savings, probably. Yearbooks. Let's see if seasons are on sale. No. Oh, those are yearbooks. I don't know if that means seasons. No, it doesn't look like basketball for the tabletop is on sale. But basketball for the PC is on sale. And again, for baseball, it's only the 1950 decade, 50 to 59. So just in case you want to know, I enjoy PC replay baseball. If you're looking to pick up a season in the 50s, you might as well, if you want, pick it up now. Richie L. Let's get away from the two-sided screen here. Richie L. 1991. Again, check out his wonderful channel. Favorite sports gaming moment was a season I did once, and the Arizona Cardinals won a wild card spot at 7-9, winning a 7-team tiebreaker. Wow. Yeah, that's a memorable one. So that's a good one, Richie L. 1991. Again, Richie says, favorite sports gaming moment was a season I did once, and the Arizona Cardinals won a wild card spot at 7-9, and it was a 7-team tiebreaker. Say that 10 times fast. Roger Ramjet, how you doing? 1962 baseball for me. Purchased my first cards and dice game in 1962. APA for $12. Wisconsin boys. So the Braves with Aaron, Matthews, and Spahn were my guys. Awesome sauce. Awesome. W. Voggs has joined us. How you doing, my friend? Check out that channel. Bernard Strom does a lot of replays, so I'm very interested in this. The reason I replay Red Sox and Patriots seasons is I spent most of my life, 1951 to 2001, for the Patriots, and the 2004 for the Red Sox being disappointed. So many seasons to replay, trying to fix history. I do that too. I didn't do it this for the past few years. I didn't have time this October, but I do my Halloween horrors of trying to right the wrongs of usually Boston sports past, and we have fun with that. But that's cool. So Bernard, what is one of your favorite replays? You have a lot of them. I love following them. Roger, your play of Legends of Boxing has caught my eye. I have the demo. Lots of fun. Any sales ever done for that game? To my knowledge, no. But you have to check out ASG Games. I think it's reasonably priced. When you buy the game, my glasses seem sideways. There we go. I do enjoy the PC version of the game. Plays fast, plays fun. I love calling boxing. It's a fun thing. Again, this is all escapism. Why is my camera doing that? I hate that. It's all escapism and enjoying. You got to do something you like each and every day. And I do like playing games, and I do like doing the streams. I love the chats. Those are my favorite. And I'm trying to do them more. I'm trying to be consistent. But Legends of Boxing, highly recommend on the PC. With the game, I honestly don't think they do too many sales, but check out ASG. You never know. There might be a Black Friday sale, but I don't know. Check out Digital Dice for their Black Friday show coming up for sales coming up soon. With the Legends of Boxing PC game, you get, I want to say, 50 heavyweights, I think. I have all the sets, so, and I enjoy it. It plays well. My favorite tabletop sports game of all time, just being honest, Glory Days Boxing. Hopefully we can, at some point, get that on PC. But yeah, I love boxing. It's still my favorite sport. Bernard Strom, the replay I want to win is the 1967 World Series. Just can't figure out how to beat Bob Gibson. I did. I added a DH to both leagues. So the pitchers didn't hit. I did a DH. It gave the Red Sox even more offense. I did it with Action PC Baseball. That was a fun stream. Tony Canigliaro was MVP of the World Series as I shut off automatic injuries, though he still did get injured, except diving for a ball in right field, and he was out. But I brought him back for the World Series, and it was a lot of fun. You know why? Because it's my replay, and that's how I wanted it to go. The Red Sox actually ran away with the pennant. The World Series games are up on the channel against St. Louis, and then they beat St. Louis in the World Series. St. Louis had a tighter race, which was opposite in reality. Our good friend Tim, Cleve Baseball Fan 879, check out that wonderful channel. Less than 2 weeks until Thanksgiving. Yikes. I know. Dwayne Martz has joined us. He has a lot of fun stuff on his channel. Please check out his wonderful channel, Dwayne Martz. Playing the whole 1984 NFL season using Stats Pro Football. Cool. 1984 49ers won the Super Bowl, I do believe. Is that when they crushed Denver? Am I getting that wrong? No, they beat Miami. Dan Marino, first year in the league, went to the Super Bowl and never went back. Next year, he would lose to the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. The Red Sox, obviously, I like to replay the Mets, too. I love playing Mets seasons. We had a lot of fun with a few years back, my 1977 replay, Red Sox in the American League, Mets in the National League. And the Mets, we finished 10 games better than they actually did. And we played Go-Go Mets baseball. That was a lot of fun. When I play my replays, I don't always, sometimes I play as played. I'm still playing my 1964 Tony Canigliaro rookie season as played in Out of the Ballpark 23. But I do like to play replays sometimes with my own lineups and the way I want to use the pitching. I use as played rosters and as played transactions. I find that fun. I have an Out of the Ballpark 1972 Red Sox season, but that's actually in 73 now. Open world. I've made trades and stuff like that, and we're on the verge of winning our division quite easily. And I will be bringing the playoffs to the channel once I finish that up. And I play every game, so I play here and there. But we're in September. We're running away with the division. The A's are running away with their division. We will meet the A's in 1973, and I had a killer pitching staff. And again, I play with the financials and all that stuff too. I'm the GM, so that's a little different. Richie L, 1991. Pro Strategy Football has made me read a lot into the early football history. I've now learned the Giants ended 2 perfect seasons in 2007, and they also did it in 1934, beating the Bears 13-0. Sneakers game. Yes. Dwayne Martz says I'm correct. 49ers Dolphins Super Bowl in 84. Arnold Hunter, how you doing? He likes... And he says hello to myself and everyone in the FOC. Arnold Hunter does enjoy our chats. We did one last week for Arnold. Roger Ramjet. Out of the Ballpark 23, much better than 22. Animation is a little better. I believe that's on sale right now for $19.99. Can't go wrong with picking that up. I think it's a decent buy. You get every season for free. I think it plays very well. If you're all right with the closed engine, I mean, you have ratings. You can know kind of in your head what you should and should not do. You can play as played, where you just play as played, and you just pick a team, you play as played. You can play, and by as played, it just means you have the lineups. You can still change your you have the rosters. They will give you the as played lineups for the game, but you can change them around. You have a few minor leaguers. The only thing you have to do once in a while, you have to do, someone's injured and they don't put the right, you have to slide someone up from the, to take their place. But out of the ballpark, 23, animation better, smoother. If it's on sale and you're thinking about getting it, you might as well get it now. I believe it went on sale for $19.99, I think. Bernard Strom, the football season I want to fix, the 1976. Oh, yeah, roughing the passer. I still can't stand watching the Raiders' Pats playoff game. Sugar Bear Hamilton did not rough the passer. Phil Villapiano, you can find the clip. It was on NFL Network, and you can find it on YouTube. I mean, he's right. Technically, it's a smack to the head, which was always a personal foul, which they never called back then. And Phil Villapiano, the linebacker for the Raiders, kind of giggles and goes, yeah, I guess technically it's a flag, but we did a lot worse than that. So, bad call, in my opinion. Bad call. But W. Vogs, what's your favorite sports card of all time that you own? Sorry for getting off topic. No, that's a good... Oh, my God, my favorite. Well, I like O.J. Simpson. It's one of my favorites, and I got this from our good friend MP Fox. Sent me this. That was very kind of him. And, of course, the one MP Fox sent of him and his son, they did baseball cards. Those are some of my favorite. I love... That's a good question. But that OJ card. I have another OJ card. Rushing leader. Love to get my hands on a Tony Canigliaro card. I like my Yastrzemski cards. I like my Reggie Jackson cards. I showed it last week, a plaque of Yankees and Red Sox greats. I like those cards. It really jumped out at me. Good question. What's your favorite card, W. Vogs? John, DFW, how you doing? 23 is a little better than 23. I think he means 22. But the Indians never existed, LOL. Yeah, I know. They changed that. That's stupid. I agree. It's silly. They were not the... What the hell are they called now? I forgot already. Cleveland was the Indians before they had their... what are they? Tribes fan. Cleve Baseball Fan 879 will tell me. I forgot what they're called, to be honest with you. I'm being quite honest with you. Not but yeah, they're the Indians. They should still have the Indians in there. Guardians, thank you. I honestly forgot. I still think of them as the Indians. We did get even with the Raiders with the tuck rule. Yes, we did. And a lot of people think that was cheating. Guess what? As stupid as that rule was, it was the rule. Golden Eagle 99, matchmaker extraordinaire, says, what's up, Al? What's up, chat? Richie, Golden Eagle, agreed. Too many playoff teams. Oh, I missed something there. Oh, here we go. Richie L, 1991. I used to really like baseball growing up. I love the sport, but Major League Baseball just turned me off. Rule changes, all-star game relocated, adding playoff teams, etc. Yeah, I'll tell you what upsets me with baseball. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch one full game. I watched a couple of DeGrom. Well, that's not. I watched DeGrom. And once DeGrom comes out of the game, I don't watch anymore. I don't like the ghost runner rule. Stupid. I don't like that you can't bowl over the catcher. Stupid. I don't like that you can't break up double plays hard at second base anymore. Stupid. I hate the way that outlaw the shift. Stupid. You know what? Put all the players on one side. Make those guys hit the ball the other way. I just hate that. I hate that. Oh, it takes away hits. Hit the ball the other way. Stop trying to pull everything. I hate that they don't steal bases anymore. I hate that they don't hit and run. That's go-go baseball. I enjoyed that. You know, as much as you like or dislike Billy Martin, and he had many faults and he had many good things he did. I like the way they played baseball when Billy Martin managed it, especially the A's. When he managed the A's, it was outstanding. I just don't like the way baseball is played. I don't like that pitchers can't pitch more than 5 innings. Don't like it. I don't like the all hands on deck starter. You know, like the, what they call the bullpen game. Stupid. It's asinine. Here's a simple thing. Again, my opinion, just my opinion. If your starter can go 7 innings, you have less wear and tear on your bullpen. Sometimes a starter can't go 7 innings. I get that. But the nonsense a guy's going 5 innings, and that's a quality start. It's a crap start. They have wussified baseball. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I liked when the All-Star game meant who won home field for the World Series. They actually played the game. Though that doesn't, I just play. You want to speed up baseball? Pitcher gets the ball, he pitches. Tell the batter he's got to stay in the box unless he has a bug in his eye. These guys constantly calling timeout. Again, I understand it's showmanship. I get that. Trying to get the guy off his game. W-Vox, my favorite card is it's a graded card, 1.5. 1960 Mantle and Boyer. Nice. You should do a quick video on that showing them off. I don't think you ever showed those off, have you? And if you did, I missed it. Richie L, 1991. Golden Eagle, 1991. The 2021, they relocated. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was stupid. Again, keep politics out of sports. Not going to go there. Don't care who you voted for. Pretty much know you probably know the way I think and vote, but I don't tell anyone to vote any other way. I just express my opinions if asked. Just keep politics out of sports. I agree wholeheartedly. Cleve baseball fan. The Guardians of the Baseball Diamond. Bernard Strom. I have every Topps Red Sox team set 1952 through 2022. That is awesome. You have Ted Williams then. Ooh, I'd like to see that. Teddy ball game. Another favorite project of mine was the Ted Williams Swan Song season. I used 2 different versions of Out of the Ballpark. That was a lot of fun. We did open world. We made a few trades, nothing crazy. Golden Eagle 99. Oh, my Lord. What are you doing? You don't have to do that. Thank you very much. Golden Eagle, matchmaker extraordinaire. Ezra Charles versus Riddick Bowe, Glory Days Boxing. I assume 15 rounds. We can do that. Let me write that down. Again, you don't have to do that, but it's much appreciated. Again, do the same thing. Just to remind me, Golden Eagle, I'm going to write it down, but if you can, put it in the chat. I'm not in the chat, in the comments. As some stations say, in the comments below. But that's a good one. We're going to bring some more Glory Days boxing to the channel. I have thought up a good, maybe James J. Braddock for Beatles Eternally and John L. Sullivan getting your Irish up, we'll call it. So that's going to be Charles, if this pen would work. What's wrong with the pen? Here we go. Let's just write this. There we go. Charles versus Bowe. I assume you want 15 rounds. We'll do 15 rounds. Or less, obviously. We had a good Ezra Charles, Larry Holmes bout. That was a lot of fun. By our matchmaker extraordinaire, Golden Eagle 99. So once again, thank you very much, my friend. John DFW. Absolutely, Al. Modern baseball is pathetic and not worth watching. I didn't watch one full game. It had nothing to do with the... And again, when I say that, I still follow it. I still look at the standings. I look at the stats here and there. But it's just not fun. It's not fun to watch. To me, it's glorified wiffle ball. Strikeouts and home runs. And I like strikeouts and home runs. There's no dominant. They're dominant pitchers, but they come out like DeGrom. He comes out 5 innings. Listen, how come there's so many pitching injuries now if you're watching the innings? And there's supposed to be all these wonderful training staffs. How come there's more injuries now, in my opinion? It seems like there's more injuries. Maybe not. Maybe all the injuries. They're pitching less, and yet they're still getting hurt. What's wrong with that? Something's wrong there, right? Pitching less, getting hurt a lot, it seems. Something's wrong. Richie, Japanese baseball is pretty entertaining. It just comes on really late here in the U.S., LOL. I watched when they had the Korean League on during the, was it at the strike? No, during COVID that they played. The Korean League was playing. It was interesting. Richie L. talking about Bernard Strom's 1952 to 2022 Red Sox team collection. That is an awesome collection. Does Glory Days Boxing have the Toyota Center in Houston? We can do whatever you want, my friend. Just put it in the comments below, as that wrestling channel I listen to says. Comments below, in his English accent, I believe. Richie L, 1991. Al, have you ever heard of Fire Pro Rep? Oh my God. Yes. I have videos on that. I almost did some tonight. I don't play it. Nurse Teresa kicks my ass in that game. She's so good at it. Fire Pro Wrestling is absolutely amazing. It's moddable. You get all these wrestlers. It is fun. We had an FOC team. We did that for a while. It's fun. Yes, I just like watching it and commentating. I do have that. And we did make up our own storylines. Yes, Fire Pro Wrestling. Outstanding on Steam. Love it. I have it on my PlayStation also. It's better on the PC because you get all the mods. Golden Eagle 99. I just think it's too many playoff teams. I can deal with most of the other stuff. That's fine, you know. I think the playoff teams, I get why they added that to get to more people stay interested more. Red Sox were out of it quite early. And it's not I've watched many Red Sox games, even a few years back when they weren't good. It's just I don't like the style of baseball that's being played. Not that the Red Sox did many things, but at least how come no one can bunt anymore? It's mind-numbing to me. Again, I didn't watch a lot of baseball this year, so if someone could tell me, no, Al, you're wrong, they do still bunt. I don't think so. Yeah, do it in Houston. Okay. The fight will be in Houston. Toyota Center. Bernard Strom. Pitching changed in baseball when the teams valued throwing 100 miles per hour versus learning how to pitch like Greg Maddux. I agree. That being said, Greg Maddux got one of the biggest strike zones ever, and so did the Braves pitching. When they used to show the replays of things 6 inches off the plate, and they're going, because he hit the catcher's mitt, they're going, strike. Dwayne Marks. They don't pitch anymore. They just throw as hard as they can until they get tired. John DFW. Can't deal with the ghost runner. Worst rule ever. Worst rule of all the new ones. Oh, it sucks. That's like when you were kids and you had to make rules up because you're playing 4-on-4 baseball. Like you can't go off. We used to have, you threw the ball to the pitcher to get the guy out. We used to play 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 baseball sometimes. If you were a right-handed batter, you could not hit the ball to right. It was an automatic out. You had to hit second base over to third. That's where you had to hit the ball. And we had to use ghost runners because there's only 4 of us. Yeah, horrible rule. It's a stupid rule. Because analytics, that's why, Al. Analytics ruin the effing game. I get it. You have to be a stats guy. I understand that. But again, if you enjoy baseball the way it's played now, that's fine. I'm just saying I don't. John DFW. And Manfred is the worst commissioner ever. I agree. Ghost Runner rule, Golden Eagle 99 is you in extra innings you start off it's not a ghost. They put a player at second base. Golden Eagle 99. I'd love for someone to do the 86 Mets versus the 53 Yankees series. That's a good one. Gary Sorrell, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us, Gary. Gary plays a lot of Pro Strategy Football 2023. Such a fun game, Pro Strategy Football. Again, price point just under $20. Every season free, created by the mod community. If you don't like some of the ratings, guess what? You can go in and tweak them the way you want. I'm going to make some college teams. They're working on that. I've seen the mods for the uniforms. Absolutely incredible. But I'm going to work on some college teams, making them. Because I really do like old school college football. Bernard Strom, they should have a home run derby to end extra inning games. Play the 10th inning. If nobody wins, just go home run derby like a hockey shootout. I like where your head's at. I would do that for an all-star game just because it's fun. I want them to play the game. Play the game. I hate shootouts, by the way. I do not like shootouts in hockey. Regular season, I think, again, the tie doesn't bother me. Or even after 5 minutes or whatever, 5 minutes of overtime that they play in regular season, doesn't bother me. Hockey playoffs, though, are outstanding. I can watch two teams I don't even know anyone on those teams and enjoy hockey playoffs. And exit velocity. Explain that, Roger Ward. Exit velocity. I think he means pitching. Talking about pitching. Richie L. 1991. Here's a fun fact, Al. We love fun facts. I attended the game where Bill Belichick's favorite defense play of all time happened. Can you name the game? Hint, not a Patriots game, ironically. Is it a Giants game? Could even be a Navy game. His father was a coach at Navy. I don't know. I don't think I'll get that one. Rich Strickler, how are you doing? Do you like the Stratomatic Diamond Gem set? Yes. I have every set except the 50 set. I was thinking about getting that. I do like the Diamond Gem sets because they're all great teams. The only thing I don't like about I do not have the 60s set. I have the 70s, 80s, 90s, and Negro League sets. They're very fun sets. I like that they're all great teams. I don't have the 50s set or the 60s set. The reason why I didn't get the 60s set, I have a lot of those teams already with seasons. I still might get them at some point. The 50s set, what I don't like about the 50s set, the 60s set, what I don't like about it is they give you the 62 Mets, which is a crap team. I get it. All they did was take I have all the old basic. When I first got back into Stratomatic, they had a sale on the basic teams, like the gazillion basic teams, and I bought it, and they're fun. I wouldn't put the 62 Mets in there. I get what they did. The team's not going to be competitive. They're going to get hammered. What you can do, I guess, take the 62 Mets, and if you have other seasons, play them against bad teams. But yeah, I do like the gem sets, Rich. What are your thoughts on that? I don't normally play seasons out. I like to play tournaments or just grab the Red Sox and play them against a lot of different teams. That's what I like to do. Our good friend, Mr. Utah Mike, is here. Sports Time Machine. Check out that wonderful channel. He's doing the 1976 Stratomatic replay on PC. Sports Time Machine. Roger Ward. The velocity on batted balls, miles per hour of home runs, etc. Got it. Everyone's saying hello to one another in the chat. That is cool. Richie L 1991. In a recent NFL Top 100 plays, Bill said his favorite play was during a random 2009 game, maybe 2010, regular season game, Colts-Ravens. Ed Reed tricked Peyton Manning into throwing a pick. He always did like Ed Reed. That's pretty cool. Yes, I do. Golden Eagle 99 asks, do I still play Out of the Ballpark? Yes, I do. I enjoy Out of the Ballpark. We did... we just had a game in Out of the Ballpark up. The Red Sox beat somebody. Can't remember. But we just did. Yeah, Out of the Ballpark's fun. I enjoy it. I love Action PC Baseball. Enjoy that. I like Stratomatic. I enjoy that. I like PC. I just played I just rolled my own dice for Stratomatic on the PC. I playing the 72 season over offline. First time the 72 team got crushed. Got beat 9-1. Was not competitive. You start rolling real fast to get the game over. When I'm playing that, I don't use any animation. I use the minimal description. I just roll the dice, and it's pretty fun. I do like, as much as I bash Strat as a company, I do enjoy their game. Again, they have a sale. It's a crappy sale. You have to buy, I think, over $125. What's it? $125 or something like that to get free shipping. Whoopee ding dong, Strat. Game's fun though. I enjoy it. Cleve Baseball Fan 879. You would have to pay me a lot of money to play the 2018 Orioles. Oh my God, they're awful. I actually played in basic because I only have the basic 62 Mets against the 2018 Orioles. It was a slugfest, but the Orioles beat the bejesus out of them. I think it was like 18-10 Baltimore. As Richie L 1991, I believe, agrees with Tribes Fan. I keep saying Tribes Fan. Cleve Baseball Fan, our good friend Tim, regarding the 2018 Orioles. Bernard Strom, my problem is I like all the baseball sims, not enough time to play them all. Amen, brother. I agree. I was looking at Pocket Pennant Run, picking up that again, but I don't play it enough. It's a good game. It's a fun game. I played it a bit. I think it plays well, quick. I just don't play it enough because they have a newer version. I don't know if you get a discount if you already have a version or if it's just an upgrade. I listened to the interview on Digital to Dice. Rich Strickler. I like to play tournaments with the Diamond Gem set too. Right now I'm putting together a 32-team tournament, 16 National League, 16 American League. Best of 7 series, a lot of games, but curious to see who wins it all. I love those. I love the what if. Some people get upset when you play what if. If you don't like what if, don't play what if. Play the games the way you want to play it. I enjoy what ifs. What are your, have you already picked your 16 teams in both leagues? And who are they? Please share, Rich. John DFW, 1950 Diamond Gems teams, 1950 Yankees, 1950 the Whiz Kids, right? The Philadelphia Phillies, 1953 Brooklyn, 1954 Cleveland Indians, 1954 New York Giants, so you can redo that World Series, 1956 Yankees, 57 Milwaukee, 59 Chicago Go-Go White Sox. Not a bad set. I might pick that one up, though I have the 57. I'd be that 57 season or the 58 season. That's a good set. That's a good set. That's a fun set there. Richie L 1991. I'll never forget going to see the Orioles play in 2007. They lost 30-3 to the Texas Rangers. Wow, at least they kicked a field goal. Pocket Pennant Run is only $15. If you have the other Pocket Pennant Run, Bernard, because they added some cool features. I don't play it enough. We have so many games and seasons. We need to start playing them. I'm not saying don't buy stuff. I still buy stuff. Don't get me wrong. Especially if it's boxing. Try to buy everything boxing. But yeah, we need to start playing some of these games and seasons. Cleve Baseball Fan 879, our good friend Tim. Richie L, he's saying. Then again, the Braves put up 29 on the Marlins in 2020. Nothing beats the Boston Massacre of 1978. I believe that was late August, early September when the Yankees came into town. Made me cry a lot. That 3-game, was it a 3-game series or 4? I'm almost done with that book I showcased last week regarding the 78 playoff game. Richie DeCleve Baseball Fan. I kept my eye on that. I was secretly rooting for them not to get 30 just to keep the Orioles record in. Shame. LOL. Bernard Strom. $15 for the PDF version, and the computer program is free. Yes, the computer program for Pocket Pennant Run is free, no matter if you get the PDF or the print. It's quite extraordinary, the computer program. And they also have, you can now, I don't know for every season, but for a lot of seasons, you could just print up a game. It already has the lineups set with the ratings. So you don't even have to do the ratings, and it gives you the people who actually played in the game, whether pitchers out of the bullpen or pinch hitters or pinch runners. I believe I heard that correctly. John DFW. I don't count 2020 as a season. Those stats are worthless. That's a COVID season. Steve Tate, our good friend Steve Tate, does a lot of fine work with making free season files for Action PC sports games. I agree with Bernard on the no time to play them all. I spend so much time researching, creating homebrew projects that I have to remember to actually stop and enjoy playing the games. Yes, we need to all, this is going to be our new resolution, not a New Year's resolution, just a resolution. Let's start playing some of the games and seasons we have. Doesn't mean you have to stop buying, but let's start playing because it's so much fun to play. That's why every time I sit down to try to create some college teams for pro strategy football, I'm like, I'd rather be playing. But I did make some college teams in a couple of versions ago. I had fun with those. So I have to just sit down, grind out 10 teams or 16 or 8 or 16 so you can do like a little tournament, grind out some good teams. Probably all-time great teams. And thank you for joining us, Mr. Steve Tate. Bernard Strom. My first memory of MLB game is Don Booten. He played for the Red Sox. Shortstop, right? Beating the Yankees by hitting a grand slam in extra innings the year 1959. What's your first memory of a major league game? You're going to think I'm nuts. Carlton Fisk's home run 1975. I was a young boy. I remember everyone screaming. I remember watching. I can't say I can remember watching the whole game, but I was up with my family when Fisk hit that homer. That is one of my first memories of baseball. That is one of my first memories of baseball. 77 season, 78 season, when I really, I just enjoyed. My parents were so into the Red Sox, my whole family. It was just fun to watch baseball with the family. But you can believe me or not, but that's my first baseball memory. John DF. Oh, Golden Eagle and John are having a conversation. Our good friend Patrick, a.k.a. Mouse in the House, a.k.a. MV, our good friend from across the pond. How you doing? Good to see you back again. Steve Tate. Still pondering making the leap and getting PC replay baseball. The problem is I will want to start getting all the seasons, and they aren't cheap. The 1950 season, no, they're not. They're not. They're not cheap at all. Again, they're not mega expensive either, but when you when you're playing like Action PC, which always has sales. Oh, Dave Cook does such a wonderful job at the Action PC games, the owner of Action PC games. So many sales, and it's such a fun game. Some people, oh, a closed engine. For baseball, you can bring up the probability table, I call it, the possibility of what could happen. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but you can see that. To me, the closed engine's nothing, but that's just me. When I feel like playing open engine, I play Stratomatic Baseball or I play PC Replay Baseball. Most of on the tabletop, I play Stratomatic and Pine Tar. That's what I have for my tabletop. Closed engines don't. There's ratings. There's ratings. Some people, if you don't like a closed engine, don't buy those games. The Red Sox won almost 300 games. I missed something there. Explain, Bernard Strom. Steve Tate, I have replayed the 1975 season, taking the Reds and have fun with playing that entire season. I have done it a few times over the years. So 1975 Reds, that's fun. See, I do a lot of 1967 Red Sox, where I was talking about that. What's your favorite season? What's your favorite team? Not, just what one of your favorite seasons are. I play the 67 season a ton. I play the 1976 Patriots a ton. Those are some of my favorite teams and seasons. I like seasons with Fran Tarkenton, where he's the Giants quarterback as well as the Vikings quarterback. I always liked Fran Tarkenton. Rich Strickland. The teams that he's doing in his Gem Set tournament, 16 National League teams, 86 Mets, 69 Mets, 1980 Phillies, 2019 Washington, I was going to say Senators, Washington, whatever the hell they're called now, because I just went brain dead. 97 Marlins, 96 Braves, 57 Milwaukee Brewers, 2016 Cubs, 1975 Reds, 79 Pirates, 67 St. Louis, 82 St. Louis, 1954 New York Giants, 2014 San Francisco Giants, 1953 Brooklyn Dodgers, and the 1963 Sandy Koufax-led Los Angeles Dodgers. Cool. Washington. What the hell is their nickname? Senators. I always say Senators. I know they're not the Senators. I don't remember. Because the Senators, I still call, even when I watch them on occasions, I say Senators. Nationals. That's what the hell they're called. Just popped in my head. Dave Little. I enjoyed your wrestling draft the other night. That was fun. Check out Dave Little's channel. Good to see Uncle Dave Little. He said, "What's up, homies?" That's a fun game. A highly addictive game. Filsinger's Legends of Wrestling. So much fun. So many wonderful cards you can buy. So many wonderful bootlegs. Wow. And remember to check out Dave Little and his wonderful YouTube channel. Golden Eagle 99. If I was to get a baseball PC game, it would either be Replay or Out of the Ballpark. Well, again, with Out of the Ballpark, you pay one price. It's on sale, I'm pretty sure, right now for $19.99. You get every season. With Replay PC Baseball, you can roll your own dice. It's very aesthetically pleasing to me. And now that I've played it so much, I kind of remember good numbers and bad numbers. I think Uncle Ron Junkett called it APA, what APA should have became, or APA on steroids. It's a fun game. I like Replay Baseball. Very fun. Bernard Strom. Red Sox won almost 300 games between 77 through 79, and they didn't win anything. Yes. That 77 team, one of the most powerful offensive teams, in my opinion. Just like the 1950 Red Sox. I think I'm gonna do that. 1950 Red Sox versus the 77 Red Sox, best of 9. If the 77 Red Sox had any pitching, they would have run away with the American League East. That team could hit. Pitching not bueno. Ferguson Jenkins, the 2 years he was with Boston, was a 500 pitcher. They trade him to Texas. He won 18 games in 78. They literally traded him for a bag of balls. He didn't get along with Don Zimmer. Don Zimmer didn't get along with him. Can you replay baseball with old rules from the night? You can play with whatever rules you want. You don't have to play with the modern rules. Steve Tate, Action PC Baseball, my favorite. I tend to play that 90% of the time. Also love Out of the Ballpark. They serve different purposes for me. Yes, that's a good point. I have different games, and I like the way Steve Tate put that. They serve different purposes. When I have an itch to play Strat, I play Strat. When I have an itch to play Out of the Ballpark, I play Out of the Ballpark. When I have an itch to play Action PC Baseball, I play that. When I want to play PC Replay Baseball, I play that. Some I play more than others because the itch stays there. And sometimes, like, you get the other itch. Yeah, it's okay. And if you just like playing one game all the time, that's cool too. There are people who just play Strat. People who just play APA. That's fine. You get used to it. You understand it. That's a beautiful thing. MV. Out of the Ballpark has always been my go-to for 20 years, but Action PC has grown on me. Action PC, what I like about Action PC, quick setup, easier to put in photos, in my opinion. What I like about Out of the Ballpark, I love the ballparks they have. I love the way both. I love the animation. I think some people knock the engine of Out of the Ballpark. I don't, and again, that's their opinion. That's cool, but I don't agree with it. I mean, Major League Baseball uses Out of the Ballpark to sim their stuff. And you can play as played. People, you can't play as played. You got to play as, no, you can play as played. Which doesn't mean you have to use the actual lineups. It's going to give you the rosters. You can fool around with them if you want. Everyone always says the same thing. Oh, I can't do the GM stuff. Don't do it. Play as played. If you don't like it, don't play it also. I hear the same things over and over. It's too hard. Okay, why is it too hard? If you think it's too hard, don't play it. I don't understand the ratings. Make it 1 through 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Higher the rating, the number, the better the player. I don't like the closed engine. Don't play it then. Todd B, how you doing? When you divide the amount of time you enjoy with these seasons over the course of your life, it's really cheap. Yes, it is. I think I got the whole 70s decade for replay baseball. I might pick up why they have that sale for the 1950s. I might pick up the season Ted Williams hit 383, which was 1957, 56. Red Sox sucked, but he hit 383. I think he was 38 years old when he did that. Steve Tate, you will have to do something with the 67, 71 Sox on my 5-year file. Oh, I played them. They're in my tournament, which I got to get back to. I don't think it will give you every tournament game. We're going to finish up our Oakland. I have best of 3 going all the way through. American League teams. I did remember the Nationals after. I did remember the Nationals. Thank you, Golden Eagle. Thank you, John DFW. I got to catch up with the chat here. Bernard Strahm. I attended the last 2 Red Sox games in 1967 against the Twins. The loudest sound I've ever heard in a game is when Yaz homered on Saturday. Dave Little. Thanks, Al. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I have so many wrestling cards for Filsinger, and I have all these ideas in my mind and not enough time. And there's so many, again, I buy the Filsinger game cards, and there's people who sell the bootlegs in color. But if you don't want to buy bootlegs in color, and I'm not saying not to because they're beautiful cards, you can find a lot of bootlegs, black and white, for free on Google, on the Google Drives. And if you can tell me you own and show me you own Filsinger games, I will send you a link to the Google Drive. Again, they're free. No one's hiding them. But I don't know. It's a fun game, Filsinger Wrestling. It's fun to make up your own storylines. Todd B. Wait till after Christmas. Out of the ballpark can be had for as little as $4.99. I've bought it that cheap. Yes. So if you're on the fence, even though the new one comes out in February, you can get. Todd's right. Usually, just after Christmas or around Christmas, Out of the Ballpark, 23 it would be, will probably go on sale for $4.99. You can't go wrong there. Bernard Strom. If I'm not mistaken, Replay Baseball originally derived from APA. It's very APA-ish. Again, I never played APA, but it's very APA-ish. I've seen APA played online. John DFW. Life is short. Play what you like. Right on, brother. Bernard Strom. Excuse me. I replayed seasons using 8 different PC games last season. I was surprised to see how accurate all the games were. That's always cool. Bart Lowe, how are you doing? I think that's the first time I've seen Bart in one of our chats. Action PC baseball and basketball stopped working for me as I now get a Windows Media Play runtime error causing the game to crash. Haven't gotten a resolution from Dave yet. No issues until recent. Well, usually their customer service is very good, Bart. I'm sorry about that. I have had issues with Strat. Again, Strat PC basketball was one of my favorite games. It won't work on my new computer. Works on my old crappy computer that's hardly running, but that's no fun to play on. So you're getting a runtime error causing the games to crash. Well, what they'll probably, and again, you probably have to send them the file and see if they can duplicate it. But I would just follow up with them with an email. They're quite good. My experiences have usually been quite good with Action PC customer service, but that's my experience. And I hope I hope the problem gets resolved quite quickly, because again, when you can't play the games you like in your downtime, it sucks. Does it happen with a particular season or any season or a particular team? I've had issues with particular teams all of a sudden getting corrupted. So Bart, does it happen with, or just every season? Golden Eagle 99. You still doing the 62 Philadelphia? I have to finish that up. It's 3-0 Philadelphia. I was thinking about that. I need to finish that. I will finish that. Wilt Chamberlain. I love replaying Wilt Chamberlain. I love Wilt Chamberlain. God rest his soul. Love Wilt the Stilt. Jim L. Raymond Berry still needs help for Bale. No, not for me, he doesn't. We had some fun with that game. Gotta have fun. MV, Mouse in the House, our good friend Patrick from across the pond. Al, is there a player or players you love in your baseball gaming that is different from the one or ones you love in real life? Well, I like Tony Canigliaro a lot. It's just fascinating. It's a sad and fascinating story how young he died and the tragic beaming in 1967. What might have been, you never know. And he passed away in the early 1980s from he had a stroke, and then I believe it was the 1980s he passed. Was it the 1980s? Early 1980s, I think. Love Tony Canigliaro. I like. It's a good question. I have to like them to play them. Ty Cobb's kind of fun. I don't like him. The Black Sox, the 1919 Chicago White Sox, very interesting. I've been thinking about doing the 1920 season without them getting suspended, because I've heard other people talk about it. I said that might be fun to play, the 1920 White Sox, without the suspensions for life. Reggie Jackson. I never disliked. Athletes I dislike. Jack Tatum, hate his guts. That's about it. I mean, Bucky Dent, I can't hate anymore. I was reading about his Bucky Dent. I did not know that he was raised by his aunt and uncle, who he thought were his parents, because his mother gave him to them. I can't hate Bucky Dent. I never really hated Bucky Dent. I hated that he hit a home run, but I can't even say Bucky effing Dent anymore. Can't. Story was unbelievable. The backstory. Jim White, how you doing? Hi, Al. Just bought Action PC Hockey, playing the 1988 Leafs. It's an amazing amount of fun. Definitely be buying more seasons. How is the football game? Football game is very good. It's one of my favorite football games. You can play, I like to play offense and defense. Has a slight learning curve, but once you get it, it's fun. If I was you, I would just buy if you want, just buy the football game. I believe that's on sale now. Just buy they have 3 different tiers. Buy the cheapest, the least expensive tier, and you get 1 season, and you can see how you like it. You can also go to the Action PC community site and pick up a ton of college football seasons created by the community. You can go to Replay Field of Dreams, and they have some football there that some people made, some seasons for free, and you can try those out and see if you like it. Hockey's fun. I think that's that is my favorite hockey game, along with Stone Cold Hockey. Stratomatic Hockey doesn't do it for me. I have it on the PC. It's okay. I know people love it, and that's cool. It's because I love the basketball game, which doesn't work on my new PC. That was one of my favorite games. Golden Eagle, the Big Dipper. Love the Big Dipper. Wilt Distilled. Steve Tate, with Action deleting the corrupted files by running the clean folder selection can help with several of those errors. So Steve Tate, again, who is having the errors? Let me go up. It was, where is it? So Steve is saying a possible, Bart had the errors. Bart Lowe had the errors. Bart was getting a time run error causing the game to crash. Steve Tate recommends deleting the corrupt files by running the clean folder selection can help several of those errors. Thank you very much, Mr. Steve Tate. Again, it does suck when you get those errors, and I hope you're not getting them on every season. Oh, Bart says, every season it happens when I go to the schedule for any season. That's strange. I don't know. Well, so have you tried to reinstall the seasons as Steve recommended? There's something obviously corrupt. Well, hopefully they get back to you quite soon and you're able to start playing your games again. Gary Sorrell. Wolverine Pro Basketball for 23 looks interesting. They have big players on the court instead of little squares. Cool. There's a European one, Basketball Manager, that has players now, or has players. It's fun. I play it a little bit. But to add photos is so clunky in it. It's too bad because it's a fun game. And again, Bart's saying every season. I would just follow up with Action PC customer service. Again, they're usually very good. There's an issue, obviously, with the game that you have, and it sucks. John DFW, speaking of what might have been J.R. Richard. Yes, I love J.R. Richard. The stroke, that was very sad. That's another sad story. Golden Eagle asks, Gary, is that related to Draft Day sports basketball? I believe it is. Bernard Strom, I was also in the bleachers the night Tony C was hit. You could hear the thud in the center field bleachers. Very sad. Very sad. Richie L 1991. Al, going to watch any of the World Cup coming up in a few weeks? Yes, even though Italy didn't make it, I'll be rooting hard for the U.S. and England. And then I pick an underdog. So, but yeah, it's sad when Italy doesn't make the World Cup. I'll tell you the problem. And again, I don't follow Italian soccer like I used to, but here's the problem. When these leagues can now buy the best players, they're not developing good players anymore in those countries. Yes and no, if I was Italy, and I don't know if they did it, but what I would do is I would take the 18 and under team and take all those 18-year-olds that are playing, because they're pretty good. They had a good run with that team in international tournaments. I would have played with those kids. I don't care. They probably would have got beat, but they would have played a lot better, in my opinion. They had the same thing happen in England when they're just bringing all foreign players, and they weren't developing players, because in Europe, again, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the football, aka soccer expert. They have schools, or that's not the right word, but training for football players, soccer players, where they try to develop them. They're not developing. And usually those like Liverpool sponsors a school. And again, that's not the right terminology. It's slipping my tongue right now. All these teams, all the premier teams sponsor these like academies. And they weren't doing good jobs developing players, and that hurts your national team. Jack Tatum, I hate. That's all I can say about that. Don't like him. Richard Otone, 1920 is a great choice. Take away the end of the season suspension is always an interesting what if. I hear a lot of people talk about it. I do like I play a lot of the 19. That's another one where I fell in love with the 1919. It's interesting. I like the 1919 White Sox. I like playing them against a lot of different teams. But thank you, Richard. I probably would play that in Out of the Ballpark, because you don't have to play with as played if you don't want. Action PC, there's a way to turn that stuff off. But I probably would play with Out of the Ballpark. I don't think you can play it in... you can play as card. I don't have the 20 season. I have to check. I don't think I have that. I could play that with Strat in the PC, do it as carded. So you're making your own lineups. You don't get all the players, but that could be a lot of fun. That could be a lot of fun. Our good friend, Mr. Utah Mike, again, check out his wonderful YouTube channel, Sports Time Machine. The 1920 Babe Ruth is freaking awesome for the Bombers. Steve Tate. Love some feedback on the Action Hockey file with the 5-year franchise I sent you. Only have those 5 teams, and no doubt your hockey experience is beyond mine. Probably not. Probably not. All I liked, Bobby Orr, number 4. I still enjoy hockey. I love hockey playoffs. But yeah, I thank you very much for sending me those files. I'm going to be playing. I just downloaded them. I'm going to upload them in. Highly recommend, if you don't know, if you have Action PC Baseball, go to the Action PC community site and download Steve Tate's National League, American League 5-year franchise teams, where he takes the best 5-year span in a decade of a team, and then the average of the 2 best, I don't know if it's consecutive years or years of a player. I think I explained that correctly, but Steve can better explain that. Gary Sorrell. Tired, tried it, not bad, not a fan of the European aspect. I missed something. Steeler fan 1933, our good friend Matt says, hello, Al and the chat. Good to see you. As people say hello to Steeler fans. Steve Tate. Under tools, he's talking about Action PC baseball, because Bart's having some issues. So under tools, there is a clean league folder option. I believe that if you click it, it will clean the league folder, has fixed every time I got a similar error and could get a season to behave properly. All right, cool. So Steve Tate. All right, let's see how that works. We'll show you, Bart. Bear with me a moment. I'm not going to actually clean a season, but let's go to Action PC. Let's go to Action PC. Baseball. And I'll bring that up on the screen in a moment. And let's close that out. And let's bring this over here. We're going to do it in a small version so I can control it. Now let's bring this back up. Now let's go to share screen. I'm just keeping it small because if I expand it, what happens is oh no, it's fine. Okay, that's cool. So Steve says you go to under tools. Okay. Clean league folder. Under tools. Clean league folder. I am not seeing that. Draft tools, partial players. Place combined players with the team. That's kind of reset tool. Delete injuries. Set all players, create off season. Set all players to original, blah, 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 blah. I'm not seeing that, Steve. Am I in the right spot? Or is it in front of me and I'm just missing it? Let's go down a little farther in the chat. Dave Little says, congrats on the Astros. Academy for football players. Thank you. Thank you, Jim White. Youth academies. Thank you very much, Steeler fan. I couldn't spit the words out of my mouth. $20 strat. Is that possible? I think they have all those seasons, and I would play as carded. If you play as carded, you make up your own lineups, and the injuries, there's not as played. Love hockey playoffs, Richie. Our good friend Sports Time Machine. 1920 also, you can keep Ray Chapman alive. Yeah, he was beamed. You're right. Yeah. Steve Tate. Haven't made the football file I sent you public available yet, but will soon. And yes, it is the player's best 2 consecutive years average during that team's 5-run year. I think it's very cool. It's amazing what you do there. Utilities. Okay. Utilities. So let's go utilities. And clean league folder. Oh, God. Let me click on this. So you click on it. It says clean folder by removing duplicate or damaged player data. All right. Let's cancel that. Say no. So, Bart, if you're still with us, thank you, Steve Tate, to try to help fix some seasons. And Steve says this has worked quite often for him. You want to go to utilities and clean league folder and hit yes. We're not going to hit yes because I have no issues with this. This is one of Steve Tate's American League 5-year franchise, which I'm running a tournament. Let me just show you. Playoff brackets real quick. Oakland won the first game. You're up 1-0, but you have Texas. I put in all the photos for Texas and Baltimore. I'm going to change the ballpark, I think. So we have 74 through 78 Texas, Baltimore 79-83, Toronto 89-93. Yankees 96-2000. Cleveland 95-99. Yankees 83-87. Seattle 97-2001. Cleveland 1904-1908. Yankees 1920-24. Chicago 2004-2008, I think. So on and so forth. But I did 3 brackets. As Bart says, thanks, I'll give it a try. I hope it works, Bart. I hope it works. That's the first bracket. Bracket 2, Minnesota, Detroit, Kansas City, Boston. That should be fun. I'm not going to play all these games online, but I'll play some. And then I have a third bracket. It's a 48-team tournament. 38. I like this one. 38-42. That encompasses Ted Williams' rookie season. They're playing the 60-64 Yankees. That one's definitely going to be online. So, but anyway, fun set. Close out of that. So once again, Bart, utilities or anyone, if you're having any issues, does this work? Probably it works for any action PC game. So utilities, I didn't even know this. This is good. Thank you very much, Steve Tate. And clean league folder, right? And you just click yes. And it says clean folder by removing duplicate or damaged player data. So hopefully that works. We're going to click no. And we will stop sharing. We'll close out of this. There we go. Awesome sauce. Jim White. Steve Tate now. Mad props for helping with Bart's problem. Awesome community spirit. Absolutely. That's what we're hearing. Awesome community spirit. Steve, I believe, is going to be on with Beatles Eternally Sunday, I hope. And then I'm looking forward to that. And maybe at some point we can have Steve on here with a chat. Very knowledgeable. I like people who make seasons or teams. I fool around with it every once in a while. Bernard Strom. Looking for a free card and dice baseball game. This is a good one. So listen to Bernard Strom. NPG Plus has all the years for free with PDF game. Plays exactly like APA. Yes. Clinton Parks, the Admiral, plays a lot of NPNG Plus. Glad it worked for you. Do you have... Okay, Steve Tate. Do you ever play Action PC baseball head-to-head? I used to years ago when Mark Weiss ran the King of the Diamonds League head-to-head. Is a blast. Just been a long time since I have. No, I haven't. I'm not a big head-to-head person playing the games. People have asked to play Pro Strategy Football against me. I just enjoy playing them. It's not that I wouldn't, but I've not done it. The last games I played head-to-head was Madden. A long time ago against people online. Obviously, Madden, very arcadish, very beautiful animation, but it's not a true football sim. And again, nothing wrong if you like playing Madden or EA sports games. One of my favorite sports games, EA Baseball. I used to love it. But MLB, the show, has the rights to that. They have the total MLB contract or rights. And again, hopefully, Bart, it works for you. And thank you again to Steve Tate for showing us. You go installations, a clean league folder. If you have an issue with Action PC games, and Steve says it has worked many a times for him, and we hope it works for Bart. Well, We have 20 people in the chat. What else is new? Here's a good one. Name a player that you wish played for your favorite team that didn't play for your favorite team. So for me, let me think. For the Red Sox, it would have been interesting. They actually almost played if Raleigh Fingers and Joe Rudy. That would be an interesting one. Raleigh Fingers and Joe Rudy, the trade goes through in 76. There's a famous picture, and I'll find it, where they're actually in Red Sox uniforms. Let me find it. We'll bring it up. Let's do Raleigh Fingers and Joe Rudy, Red Sox. Let's go to images, slide that over here. We'll bring it up in a second. Okay, there's Raleigh. Where's Joe? I know there's a famous picture or video footage, film footage. Well, here's Raleigh, and he is in a Red Sox uniform. And it's not, oh, here it is. You can see Joe Rudy in the background. They should have never nixed this trade. That was bullshit. Let's go share. There's Joe Rudy and Raleigh Fingers and Joe Rudy right there. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. Raleigh Fingers. They nixed the trade. Let's see. There is someone did the, that's pretty cool. They did the card. I think that's Photoshop, though, obviously. And the Red Sox did get Joe Rudy when he was all in the early 80s. But they should have never nixed that trade. They did it because they hated Finley. The commissioner hated Finley. Dave Little. I always thought highly of Matt Williams. Would have loved to see him play for my Reds. That's a good one. I guess the whole dinner trade between Ted Williams and Jolton Joe. Knicks trades. I remember when T.O. almost got traded to the Ravens back in 2004. Jim White. Wow, never knew that about Fingers and the Red Sox. Yeah, they nullified. They had the Red Sox at that point in 1976 were still in the race, and they needed bullpen help and they needed another bat. The GM was trying to work a trade for Rudy and Fingers. They're going back and forth, and Charlie Finley finally said, I want money, and they paid the money. Vida Blue was supposed to go to the Yankees. That trade got also nullified. Again, trades for money had happened before. So it would have been interesting. It would have been interesting. It would have been interesting. Steve Tate. I would love a game that is action baseball engine and fate the pitch and hitting selections. It cuts to show the animation just like MLB The Show. That's my dream sim. Oh, okay. Well, something similar to that is Baseball Manager, Baseball Mogul. You can call your pitches. It's a fun game. It's not a replay game, meaning it's not a season replay game. Definitely a closed engine what if, where you're the GM, you can manage You can make trades. It's a fun game. And I the one recommendation I would make to Baseball Mogul, I know you don't, but it would be fun if you put a true as played replay. That would be fun also, because I love calling the pitches in that game. It's a lot of fun. MV, Ozzie Smith to be on the 86 Mets instead of Rafael Santana. Wow. That would have been interesting. Well, that was the trade. Ozzie Smith originally was with the Padres, and he was traded for, what was the St. Louis shortstop? Well, St. Louis and San Diego swapped shortstops. Now I can't think of the shortstop from St. Louis. Someone help me out quickly in the chat. Oh, then there's this famous pitcher. Let's see if you've ever seen this one. Joe DiMaggio in a Red Sox uniform. Gary Templeton. Yes, that's who it is. Gary Templeton. Thank you, Uncle Dave Little and Sports Time Machine. So there is a picture, I believe, with Joe DiMaggio. There it is. Dominic and Joe in Red Sox uniforms. And it was because his uniform was late, so he wore a Boston uniform, I think, for a few innings. How funny is that? That's pretty funny. That's an iconic picture there. Don't know if you guys ever saw that one. Steve Tate, enjoying the conversation, working on the 69-73 Braves tonight. Couple big years for Rico. Big boy Cardi, 69 and 70. Oh, yeah, Rico Cardi. Michael, thank you very much. Gary Templeton. So those are some iconic, fun pictures there. All right, let's stop sharing and close that. I'd like to say hello to Michael Orphy or Orf. First time we've seen him in our chat. Thank you for joining us. Willie Mays had a tryout with the Red Sox. Can you imagine Williams, Mays, and Jensen in the Red Sox outfield? You would have Williams in left, Mays in center, and Jackie Jensen in right. That's a hell of an offensive outfield. And Willie Mays, obviously a great defensive player. Ted Williams was pretty good defensively in his younger years. Golden Eagle 99. I'm not a fan of either team, but Pippen for Sean Kemp and Patrick Ewing for Shaq. That's interesting. MV. Steve, last upload of your superb 5 years I could find was posted 29th of October. I believe that's correct. That's the last one I saw. Steve Tate, great documentary I just watched on HBO Max about Willie Mays. There's a fabulous documentary on HBO Max on Nick Bonicani. I couldn't even finish watching it. It's so sad. Just before he passed away, Nick Bonicani from Springfield, Massachusetts, Hall of Fame football player. Al, do you know the latest upload of Steve's 5-year files? I believe it's October 29th. Let's check that out. We'll go to the Action PC community. Let's go there. Let's slide it over and let's share the screen. Oh my God, we're going on 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 22 people in the chat. This is awesome sauce. Everyone enjoying themselves. We'll go a little longer. So let's go Action PC community. Let's share the screen. Hold on a moment. Great resource, the Action PC community. Share the screen. And do that. And share, and let's do it this way. Oh, we got that all set. Okay, so baseball seasons. October 29th. October 29th is the last one. Now, I wonder if they posted the basketball. Nope. I still don't see the post of the basketball. But yeah, this is a great... Okay, if you're a football fan, they've added a ton of player photos. And again, we talked about this last week, but in case you don't know, and we're going to put this in the chat here. Actually, we'll do it this right here. Go back to the home. We're going to put this link in the chat. And this is the Action PC community. Lots of cool files, images, lots of stuff made for Action PC games and free. Football has a really tremendous photo package. Lots of player photos from 48. Look at all the player photos you can download. Pretty much all the 70s, 80s. There, and it looks like someone started on the 90s. You got football fields, logos, so on and so forth, helmets. Lots of good stuff on this site. Okay. It is there. See, at work, I can see it. So let's clear. Steve says you need to clear your browser cookies if you can't see my basketball file on Action PC Community. Just checked it, and it's there. All right, let's clear cookies. Clear cookies. I forgot to see how we do that. I forgot how to do that. Let's go clear. History. More tools. Because it's clear browser data. Okay, I believe I did it. Let's go back. And do that. No. Oh, there it is. No, yeah, here it is. I'm so stupid. There we go. I didn't click the bottom. All right, there it is. So that worked. It's up there. 5-year basketball franchise. And that was on 10/5 of 2022. Thank you very much, Steve Tate. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, cool. Steve's, he has some images. Very cool. Thank you very much. I have a lot of photos. If anyone ever needs... and you know what? I should just load them on here. So Steve, let me just show you real quick. I have, and it doesn't exist anymore. I'm glad. Anytime I find photos and stuff, I download them right away because sometimes people take them away. So I have this player photo pack. Bring this back up. I have this player's photo pack, 1947. These were for out of the ballpark, but they work for pretty much any game. Except for Strat, you'd have to switch it up the way you do it, I guess. From 47 to 2005, I also added the 2021 MLB player photos, which I got off Action PC. Is there, if Action PC community wants these, I can email them to whoever. So, like, if you go to the 47 pack, your players, I mean, let's look at Williams. Ed Williams. So that's the photo right there. But yeah, I like to share these with the Action PC community because they've been so good with everything they do. Oops. Anyway, so, well, thank you very much, Steve. Just sent the photo pack for the 75-79 Red Sox so you can see them. Very cool, very cool. We'll check them out. All right. So, because people are always asking, where do you get the photos, you know? I look for a lot of them myself. Steve Tate, my goal is to have a unique pack for each of my 5-year teams. So I've loaded up, let's go to I just go and find them. I have so many photos, but I do like to try to get the right teams with the 5-year photo packs there, a 5-year team set that Steve created. A lot of fun. All right, let's stop sharing the screen. Close that out. All right. Coming up on the 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're having a lot of fun. We're going to finish up the chat shortly. What are some of your, and I like to ask this, I ask the same thing every once in a while because it's always interesting to hear what everyone likes. What are some of your fondest or favorite sports moments, whether you saw them, read about them, would like to see them? One of mine is I would have been fun to see Rocky Graziano stop Tony Zale in Chicago. You can find some film footage on that, but that would have been a fun one. I think another great one for me, when Vinatieri, the Snow Angel game, the Tuck Rule game, that was another one. Obviously, Mark Bellhorn hitting the pole against the Yankees in Game 7 when the Red Sox came back from 3-0. Ray Boom Boom Mancini winning the title against Art Frias. I'm trying to think. Hagler stopping Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Bobby Orr scoring in overtime against the St. Louis Blues. You know, the famous, he gets tripped and he scores. That's always a fun one. Those are some fun moments. Chris Chambliss. I kind of remember this one. Chambliss hitting the homer in Game 5 in the Bronx against the Royals in 1976. And then again, the 1978 playoff game. That's not a fun memory, but I remember it. The Red Sox beating the Angels to start their comeback in the 86 pennant. Jim White, 1975, 14 years old. Dad took me to a Bruins Leaf game. Sweet. Bernard Strom, favorite football moment was watching Tom Brady's Finac. Oh, when the Patriots beat the Rams, that final drive, that whole Super Bowl was awesome. The Patriots' first Super Bowl. Patriots beating the Dolphins for the AFC Championship game after they had lost on Monday night for the division title, and they hadn't won in Miami since the 60s. That was awesome. Richie L, 1991. I'm not a Red Sox fan, but when the Sox came back, 3-0. Absolutely. Final drive in 2001. Absolutely. I agree. Gary. I was in Cardinal Stadium, old one in Louisville, when Louisville Redbirds set the minor league attendance record as St. Louis AAA team, Old American Association. Very cool. Willow Street Kid 69. I know who this is. How are you doing, my friend? Tennis. Battle of the Sexes. Billie Jean King, Bobby Riggs. Remember that as a kid. I remember that. Bjorn Borg, John McEnroe, late 70s, early 80s. That was a fun sports moment. So many fun sports moments. Dave Roberts Steele in that. Yes. Todd B. Cavs coming from behind to win the World Championship and deny the Warriors a title after winning 72 games. That's a good one. Alomar's home run against Eck in the American League Championships. Oh my God. How can Gibson's home run against Eck in the 88 game one of the 1988 World Series. 1988 Morgan Magic. That's one of my favorite. I got to replay that one. That's one of my favorite Red Sox seasons. Morgan Magic. Steve Grogan and the 76 Pats team was cold-blooded. Just was in time when Steelers and Raiders were running that year. Tremendous team, the 1976 Patriots. Had they got past the Raiders, which they should have, horrible roughing the passer call, it probably, most likely, we don't know, would have beat Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship game. Yeah, 1988 Morgan Magic. Red Sox. They fire McNamara. They were actually supposed to hire Joe Torre, but because Joe Morgan had the team going well, they didn't hire Joe Torre. Oh, that's a good one. Jackie Smith, Willow Street's Kid, 69. Jackie Smith dropping the touchdown pass in Super Bowl 13 for the Cowboys. Had played for the Cardinals forever. Retired, came out of retirement to play for the Cowboys. And not that I was a Cowboys fan, but I really did. Yeah, I remember that. I felt bad for Jackie Smith. And what was the quote? He must be the sickest man in America or in the world. That would have been the go-ahead touchdown. Bernard Strom. I also was at the Gibson home run game at Dodger Stadium. Only World Series game I ever attended. He killed the Cowboys too. He used to, when he played for the Cardinals, Jackie Smith, great tight end. Different day and age, so you have to remember that. You look at his stats now, you're like, oh, it's not that. Yeah, he was a great tight end, Jackie Smith. Played with Jim Hart. I believe he was there when Don Coryell was the head coach. Tremendous offensive team, the St. Louis Cardinals, when Coryell was there. That was a stupid firing. Oh, San Diego, the Chargers and Dolphins, that great playoff game in the early 80s. The snowplow game with the Patriots and Dolphins. Carlton Fisk's home run, we talked about that. We're going to go for a little bit longer, probably 10, 15 more minutes, and we'll call it a stream. So we're just chit-chatting away. Steve Tate, in June 1983, Steve says, was at Tiger Stadium to see Yaz his last year and saw Gibson hit a home run over the roof into the lumberyard across the street. Reggie Jackson's home run in Detroit in the All-Star Game, 71. Oh, Mark the Bird Fidrich. Monday night game against the Yankees. That was awesome. Terry Metcalf, nice running back for the Cardinals in that era. Yes, he was, Todd B. Terry Metcalf. They had good teams. I think they were the only other team besides the Redskins and the Cowboys to win the division in the 70s in the NFC East, the St. Louis Cardinals. Oh, that's 1977, right? 1977, Reggie Jackson, 3 home runs. Game 6 of the World Series. Reggie Jackson striking out in 78 against, oh, God, what's that? Oh, God. He went on to pitch with the A's. Bob Welch. And then later in that series, hitting a home run off Welch. Ali beating Foreman in Zaire. That's a good one. Steve Tate. Saw Fidrich pitch 3 times in 76. I was 10. That is awesome. I remember when Mark the Bird Fidrich got picked up by the Red Sox and he went to Pawtucket. I was like early 80s, or was it 83, I think, 82, 83. I was like, we're going to win the World Series. We got Mark the Bird Fidrich, but he was all done. And he sadly passed away very young on his farm. Indeed, he was Mr. October. Reggie Jackson was clutch. Saved his biggest moments for the biggest times, biggest stages. Todd B. I have a Friedrich autograph. That's very cool. Al is going to sting. Al, this is going to... Aaron Boone. Oh, off Tim Wakefield. Game 7, the year before the Red Sox won the World Series, 2003. Oh, I remember that. They should have took Pedro out. Their bullpen was lights out, especially down the stretch, and he kept Pedro in. That was Grady Little. I hate Grady Little, one of the worst field managers ever, in my opinion. Not just because of that, but for other things. He went on to manage the Dodgers. Willow Street Kid 69. Roger Staubach, final game versus the Redskins, come back down from 14 points. What about when Clint Longley came in on Thanksgiving Day to beat the Redskins? Bernard Strom, no one was more clutch than David Ortiz in the postseason. Absolutely correct. Home run after home run after clutch hit. So Richie L. 1991 says, I'll put some words in his mouth, or texts in his line. If Reggie Jackson's Mr. October, then Tom Brady must be Mr. February. I agree. Prior Arguello won. Absolutely fabulous fight. Hagler Hearns we mentioned. Here's one. If you like boxing, you can look this one up on YouTube. Archie Moore, Yvonne Durrell, their first fight. Tremendous fight. Unbelievable fight. I always liked Don Strock. I don't understand why David Woodley ever started over Don Strock. One of my favorite, I remember when Don Strock went to go play in Cleveland. I always liked Don Strock. I saw Don Strock play. It was, I can't remember the exact year. I have to look it up. But the Patriots opened up with the Dolphins in Foxborough. I was there with my friend. It was pouring rain. Patriots actually knocked Marino out of the game. They had a good lead. I shouldn't say huge. Don Strock came in, led the Dolphins back, and thank God the Dolphin player dropped the game-tying touchdown. They would have made the extra point, but dropped the game-tying touchdown in the end zone. U.S. over the Russians, 1980. They also beat them in 60, but 1980, the Miracle on Ice. That's a good one. Hagler Hearns' most exciting 3 rounds in boxing history. Wayne Gretzky getting traded to the Kings. The emotional return to Edmonton. 1980. Olympics for hockey. 1976 Olympic U.S. boxing team. That was fun. I remember Bobbick in the Pan Am Games would have been 71 Pan Am Games, I think, when he upset Teofilo Stevenson. That made national news when he upset Teofilo Stevenson, the Cuban, at the Pan Am Games. Of course, Stevenson would get his revenge, stopping Bobbick in the 72 Olympics. Jerry Cooney, Larry Holmes. Wow, tremendous fight. Leonard Hagler, Leonard Hearns, Roberto Duran, Davey Moore. Roberto Duran, first fight with Leonard, then the no mas with Leonard. But Roberto Duran, when he mugged Davey Moore at Madison Square Garden. Roberto Duran, when he upset Iran Barkley. Love Roberto Duran. Wow, so many fun sports memories. Italy winning the World Cup in, was it 82? Paolo Rossi. That was a favorite of mine. The Rangers winning the Stanley Cup 1994. I was pulling hard for them. I always feel bad for fans who don't have a championship for a long time. Cubs winning the World Series. That's right. They thought Duran was finished against Davey Moore. They when he beat Iran Barkley, they really thought he was finished. It's up on the channel. You can watch it. I'm not going to give it away. Then we simmed the 3 other playoff games, got the scores. So we're all set for the AFC NFC Championship game. Both games will be on the channel. Obviously, I'll show both games and the Super Bowl. So we'll have 3 more games for the 88 season, and we'll be done with that. And then I think I'm going to do a Fran Tarkenton with the Giants, his best season with the New York Giants, which I think is 1970, I think. What a stupid trade. The Giants trade him back to the Vikings. A stupid trade when the Vikings trade him to the Giants. So it was 1988. 1988 we're doing. Doug Flutie, what if? I find that people will watch, but I like to play the games, so I played a lot of them. Obviously, I only put 2 games up on the channel on the 1988 replay. Bernard Strom. I thought Hagler beat Leonard for years. Then I watched the fight several times, changed my mind. Leonard was too fast for him. Leonard beat him. Might have been a different story if it was 15 rounds. Hagler got old all of a sudden. Hagler stepped in that ring, he got old. And Leonard out-hustled him at the end of the rounds. I'm not a big Leonard fan, but I've watched it over. Leonard beat him. Hearns definitely won the second fight against Leonard. Hearns at super middleweight dropped Leonard twice. Those are 10-8 rounds. Leonard hurt Hearns pretty bad in 2 rounds, but those should not have been 10-8 rounds. They gave Leonard 2 10-8 rounds when he never knocked down Hearns. I knew what you meant, brother. Well, I think we're going to... Richie, what are you doing? Thank you very much, Richie L 1991 for the super chat. Thank you to Golden Eagle for the first super chat. You guys don't have to do this. I greatly appreciate it, though. The Seahawks not giving the ball to Lynch. That was the stupidest. I would have just gave the guy the ball. They try to get cute. I mean, we get cute in a video game or in a sim game. You don't get cute in real life. You pound that ball in. Thank you very much. One of the biggest, unbelievable. Again, if you remember, the guy makes the catch. It looks like the Patriots are going to win. The ball's bouncing off the defender. The other defender doesn't want to hit the guy. He leaps over him and goes out of bounds, and the guy catches the ball. So thank you again for the super chat from Richie L 1991. Check out his wonderful YouTube channel. Earlier on, we had a super chat from Golden Eagle 1999, and we will be doing a Ezra Charles. He's a big Ezra Charles fan. Ezra Charles versus Riddick Bowe, 15 rounds from Houston, the Toyota Center. Yeah, as Willow Street's kid said, Sugar went crazy on him in the 12th. Steve Tate, just wrapping up my Braves, and we'll post an update for the 5-year Baseball American League National League file in a few minutes on the Action PC community forum, if anyone is interested. Now, when you say that, is that going to be on the Action PC site? The Action PC community site? Willow Street's Kid 69. Love hearing you talk sports. Thank you for giving the folks sports memories, because today's sports suck. We kind of talked about baseball. Not really enthralled with modern baseball. Football, the officials should keep their flags in their pocket. Too many penalties at times. The game's flow goes down. Steve Tate, the YUKU board for action. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Is that the community, what I was showing before? Gotcha. So next week you'll send it to the Action community site, and still adding teams, LOL. Never ends. You know what? Hats off. Thank you very much, Steve Tate, for providing us wonderful files and fun. The helmet catch. Yeah. And Asante Samuel should have picked off the damn ball on the sidelines, and they should have had a sack, and then the helmet catch, which the guy turned into a huge contract. God bless him. Yeah. Undefeated season gone. Bye-bye. Steve Tate. I already read that. Sorry, I wanted to click on this. Richie L agrees with our good friend Willow Street's Kid 69 regarding modern sports. Mark Jones, how you doing, my friend? A guy I worked with when I was in the Air Force sparred with Ezra Charles for the Marciano fight. Francis Cowan. Francis Cowan. Very cool. Very cool. No, it's the message board for Action PC games. So how do you, is that on the Action PC site? If we went to the Action PC game site, we can get to the message board. Yeah, he should have sacked. Thomas should have sacked Eli Manning. But that's why they play the games. It doesn't always work out the way we want. It was still a great Super Bowl. It just did not end the way I wanted. My brother's a huge Giants fan, so he was happy. Again, I'd like to thank Richie L 1991. Check out his channel. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. I'd like to thank, Golden Eagle 1999 for the super chat. We're going to do a Charles Riddick Bowe 15-round fight, Glory Days Boxing. I'm also going to do, for Beatles Eternally, Get Your Irish Up. We're going to do James J. Braddock, and I think John L. Sullivan. Or maybe we go James J. Braddock, Jerry Cooney. I don't know yet. That's for our good friend Beatles Eternally. Check out his wonderful YouTube channel. Says, I will post the file there tonight under baseball discussions. Oh, I know where you're talking about now. I know where you're talking about. Thank you, Richie. We're going to have Richie on in the near future, hopefully. Steve Tate. Beatles has a cool dead ball baseball league running now. Yes, he does. And again, hopefully you and Beatles can connect up to do that Sunday chat, which is tomorrow. And I'll be listening to that at some point if I can't catch it live. That's going to be a lot of fun. We need to get you and Beatles on for one of these chats. I know Saturdays are tough for Beatles, but talk some baseball. All right, gentlemen. As Steve Tate says, he's looking forward to the chat with Beatles. Again, check that out. I believe it's tomorrow. I don't know what time exactly yet. But subscribe to Beatles Eternally's channel. And hit that bell for notifications so you know when Mr. Steve Tate will be on with Beatles Eternally. Let's see right now. YouTube, it's tough sometimes. Oh, you know what? Let me click here. Hopefully nothing runs in the background. And let's... Don't click on the music I was listening to. We'll get a copyright strike. Trying to find the state of things that come. All right, now let's go here. And this is Beatles Eternally's channel. I'll put the link in the chat. And Steve Tate will be on again, I believe, tomorrow with Beatles Eternally. So subscribe, hit the bell for notification. And that should be a lot of fun to listen to them chat away regarding baseball. So without any further ado, I greatly appreciate everyone who stopped by. Thank you very much. Thank you to the Super Chats. Once again, thank you to Richie L 1991. Check out his wonderful channel. He did a Pokemon card break. Hold on a second. And he does a lot with Pro Strategy Football. Very enjoyable to listen to. And let's get bear with me a moment. Let me see if I can find, go history. And we'll find Richie's channel. Thank you to Golden Eagle 1999 for the super chat. Thank you for everyone who stopped in, listened. Hopefully you jumped in and enjoyed. Jump in the chat. We don't bite. But if you just listened, thank you very much. Also, check out the wonderful content creators in our community. Excuse me. Where is the Pokemon? And here it is. Let's go to Richie's channel. 769 subscribers. Let's give him some more subscribers. So this is Richie's channel. So there we go. It was a really fun chat with Al. I'm trying to be more consistent, at least once a week. I pay for StreamYard. I might as well use it, right? Again, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, share, do all that good stuff. If you haven't subscribed and you want to, please do so you can join in the chats. We saw some new names in the chat, and that was a lot of fun. I always like that. Again, our chats, I don't have anything set. I just start talking, and we talk about your projects and just sports, so on and so forth. Maybe we'll do some trivia next time. That's always fun. But we'll figure out something. And we always do. And I just enjoy interacting with the chat. So thank you very much. God bless. Stay safe. Be smart. Treat people the way you'll be treated. Until next time, bye-bye and peace. See you soon.